Hi guys, it's Michelle. Good morning, good Monday morning. It's actually the last Monday of 2014. So last Monday, yay. Almost a new year. So I'm really excited to just chat with you this morning and share some ideas on how you can be more organized, have a plan, and create the success that you really want in your business in 2015. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about today is putting together that plan, okay? And one of the first things that you want to do when you have a plan is to have a vision of where you want to be or some goals, right? So something that I'd like you to all do is to grab a piece of paper. This is going to be interactive. So grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, okay? And what I want you to do, I'll give you a minute really quick while I'm talking. What I want you to do is to write down some goals. So maybe you're already on the ball and you've already thought about the goals you want to achieve in this next year. We're going to break it down a little bit though and make them really specific, okay? So there's a really great acronym for setting your goals called SMART. Okay, so when you make a goal and create a goal and have a vision for what you want to do in your business or for any area in your life, this isn't just applicable to your business. You can use these tips for any area, health, fitness, personal, spiritual, you name it. Okay, goal setting is pretty much the same across the board. So the first thing you want to do is have a very specific goal. So SMART, S stands for specific. Okay, specific means it just can't be generalized, okay? So if you say something like, I want to be successful in my business this year, that's very broad. That could mean a whole lot of things, right? That's not very specific. You could even say, I want to make money this year. I want to have fun this year. I want to travel this year. All really good goals, but they're not specific enough, okay? So we need to get really, really specific. A specific goal could be an income amount. I want to be making $500 a month within 6 months, okay? $500 a month. It could be a rank. I want to hit this specific rank, okay? It could be a team number. I want to have 100 presenters on my team by, this year, okay? So the first thing you want to do is get something very, very specific, okay? And make sure it's important to you. It's got to be a goal that you want. It can't be something that I want for you or your sponsor or even your family, right? So it has to be something that you specifically want, okay? So specific goal. Next, we want to make sure it's measurable, and that kind of has to do with specific, I feel like, because measurable means at the end of this time, you can check that off, okay? So again, if you say, I want to be successful, I want to, do something awesome with my business, but it's not something you can measure, how will you know if you've actually accomplished it? So if you say, I need to earn this much money, then once you get that commission check where you've earned that much money, you can check that off. Awesome, job done, move on to the next goal, okay? The third thing you wanna do is, so we got S, specific, M, measurable, A, attainable. Now this one's a tricky one, I think, because I think a lot of people set goals under what they could actually do. They doubt their own potential. So what I would suggest is to talk with your sponsor about what would be a good goal for you. You might be aiming much lower than what you could be doing this year. So have a little bit of confidence in yourself, okay? But attainable might be, okay, let's say if you want to hit black status your first month. That might be a little bit out of reach for most people. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying people haven't done it. Okay, but that might be out of reach for most people. The other thing you want to look at is what you're willing to put into it. That has a lot to do about what's attainable for you. So if you're willing to put in everything in this business, well then a lot of things could be attainable for you. So I'm going to give you some rough numbers of what I think could be attainable for anybody that wants to work this business. If you're brand new and you're starting, okay, the best goal that you can aim for is green status, because that's where you start making some really good money in this business. That's the sweet spot in this business, okay? And you can do that within 2 to 4 months, okay? 4 to 6 months, anybody can hit green if they want to, okay? 2 to 4 months, you're working really, really hard to do that. That's a lot of work. You're busting your little hiney there to get to green, okay? But that's a range to work toward. If you're already at green, okay, look at your next goal. to promote someone to green, it's about the same time range. Okay, now whether you promote 2, 3, 4, 5 people to green depends on how many people you've sponsored. So this call, we're mostly working toward the green status, okay? Because once you hit green, your whole goal is to help other people hit green, and you've already done it. So you know the work it takes, you know what to do, working toward that, okay? I'm getting a little bit off on a tangent there. So let's review our goals. So we've got specific, measurable, attainable, okay? And then put a deadline to it. That's super, super important because, again, if we have a goal, let's say to lose weight. A lot of people make a goal to be more healthy and to lose weight in 2015, okay? If I set a goal, I want to lose 5, 10 pounds. I don't know when, whenever it's going to happen. Is it really going to happen? Maybe no, because I don't have a plan in place for that specific deadline. Whereas if I say 2 months, I want to lose 5 pounds in 2 months, well, then I can break it down and say, okay, so that means every week I need to lose this amount, and I can keep track and I can make sure I'm on that progress I need to be at. Your business is going to be the same exact way. If you know you want to hit green in, by March or April, okay, that's $10,000 in volume. If you're a brand new presenter, every month you need to be working toward that. So break that 10,000 into 4. That's about, 2,500 to 3,000 in volume that you need to add every single month. So January, you hit pink. February, you hit blue because you want to be about almost halfway there or halfway there. The next month, you need to be at between 7,000 to 8,000 in volume. And then the next month, 10,000 in volume. There you go. Okay, so it's just adding that, breaking it down, making it measurable, setting that timetable, that time, okay? Realistic, that was I totally skipped one. I think that has to do a lot about attainable, okay? Make it realistic, make it something that you can accomplish, that you can do, but don't be afraid to dream a little bit big. My goals that I had last year, I surpassed, and then I decided, okay, I need to make bigger goals because if I settle for what I have, I'm not going to continue to grow, okay? All right, so you've got your goals written out. Now, the next thing you need to do is to share them with somebody. Share them, share them, share them. I would say with at least a few people. Don't keep them to yourself, okay? It's going to help you be accountable to your goals. And if you're like me, that's really, really helpful. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But especially with this business, we're in business for ourselves. So we don't have a boss to, check in on us, which is nice, right? That's really nice seeing, somebody come in and saying, hey, have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done this? But I would really highly suggest talking with your sponsor. Message her or him, message them and say, hey, I want to just share with you my goals for this next year. I'm really excited about it. And guess what? She's going to partner with you. She's going to say, oh my gosh, this person is going for it. I'm super excited. I'm going to work with them. They are on this train together with me. We're going to partner. And wouldn't you love to have your sponsor as a partner with you to guide you and lead you and help you to get where she's at? That'd be awesome. Okay, and she wants to hear from you. Trust me, your sponsor would love to hear your goals. And then share it with your family. Make sure that, I know there's situations where family's not always super supportive. Trust me, I've been there too. Okay, but it's still good to let them know what you're aiming for and make it a family goal. I have a goal for January, and I'm going to talk with my family, and I'm going to say, hey, mom needs some extra help to get this goal to happen. I need you guys to help out more, maybe around the house, do some more chores, help out with responsibilities, things like that, so that I can spend a little bit more time on this business part. And guess what? This is a family goal. So if mom accomplishes this, we're going to have a family reward because we're all working together. So we're going to go do something fun at the end of the month if mom accomplishes this. Okay, make it fun. And then, like I said, add a reward. Whether it's a family, reward or whether it's a personal reward. If you promote and you worked hard, go reward yourself. Go get a manicure, go buy a bag, go shopping, whatever floats your boat, okay? All right, the next thing we're gonna talk about is our daily plan of action. So I'm kind of a dork. I'm a total nerd. I really like lists. I make lists all the time. I'm also extremely unorganized. So I know I'm totally doing this on being organized, but I'm going to tell you what helps me to be more organized because I'm naturally not an organized person, okay? So I have to do things to get myself to be more organized and productive and to check things off. So I'm going to share what I'll be doing. And if you want to do the same thing, awesome. If you have a different system that works for you, that's great as well. So it's totally up to you. This is definitely, adjustable. So what I've done is I've created some worksheets just to help me with my January being effective and productive and everything else. And I have put these on our team blog. So if you go to thelashedivas.com and click on team blog, you can download this. And it's my daily plan of action. Okay. It's actually about 6 different, or maybe 4 different papers. Okay. So our goal, our team goal, and we'll talk about the incentive for our team, which will be super, super fun at the end of this call. So make sure you stay on. But our team goal that I've decided, and I think it'll be good for you guys too, trust me, is sponsoring. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay. So the focus for 2015 is on sponsoring. So on this first worksheet, it has a goal for, I'll just kind of go through it. So if you want to pull it up, that'd be awesome. Otherwise, I'll just go through it together. The goal is to sponsor as many people as you can in January and build up your team. So I didn't put a number on there because everyone's number is going to be different. But I'm going to say your goal for January should be to sponsor as many as you can. Okay, as many people as you can, and to top whatever your last highest month of sponsoring was. So if you sponsored 3 in a month, make a goal to sponsor 5. If you sponsored 2, make a goal to sponsor 3. If you haven't sponsored yet, then you're wide open and you can set some really big goals. Okay, my goal, and this is a big goal, and I don't believe everyone needs to do this or will do this or whatever. But I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. My goal is to sponsor 15 people in January. Is that going to be a lot of work? Probably. I'm expecting it to be a lot of work. That's one person pretty much every other day. So I'm expecting to have a lot of conversations in January. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it up. So I put my rank goal for January. So if you're going toward a rank, make sure you put that goal in there. The company sales I need. Super important to know what you're aiming for, okay? And then your PRS, so the sales that you need, all right? And then on here it says conversations. Oh, this isn't backwards for you guys. 5 conversations a day, okay? So the goal is 5 conversations a day, 5 days a week. So what I'm going to do is I have little markers here, and every time I have a conversation, I'm just going to check it off, okay? Can you imagine how awesome your business would be if you're having 25 conversations every single week about your products and about the business specifically? Okay, it's just going to be mind-blowing how awesome it's going to be. Okay, and then I put here online Lash Bash. Okay, I will hold whatever you decide, blank online Lash Bash as a month because it's a great way to be exposed to more people. I would suggest a minimum of 5. Okay, that's my suggestion. And then what you want to do is book them this week. Okay, Christmas is over, New Year's is coming, but people are getting back into the rhythm of life and everything else, even with kids out of school. Totally good. So spend today, tomorrow, Wednesday, booking parties, booking Lash Bashes, booking one-on-ones, booking events, whatever you want to do. Okay, if the online party thing doesn't work for you, whatever's working for you, do that. Okay, online parties work, but you do have to have more going on. Okay, on here I also have a place for YouTube. I will make so many YouTube videos this month and share via Facebook, Pinterest, etc. I can't tell you how awesome YouTube is. It's amazing. It's done amazing things for my business. I would highly, highly suggest utilizing it, and it's fun. It's a way to get your personality out to the world and have people become attracted to you. If you need some tips for that, let me know. Cash and carry, okay, if applicable. So I know we have countries that are not for resale. But every presenter that is serious about making a business needs to have cash and carry on them, at least 5. Now, I'm never going to tell you to have thousands of dollars of inventory ever. Okay, I don't think that's really smart. But it's very business smart to keep 5 on hand all the time. Okay, I dropped off a couple to the lady that did my hair a few weeks ago because she decided her sister should get one as a gift. And I'm glad I had one on hand. I mailed one to a friend that wasn't going to get it in time from the website for Christmas. So make sure you have them on hand. Team. Okay, so if you don't have a team, this might not be applicable to you, but you're going to get a team, so soon it will. But if you already have a team, I want you to identify your 3 to 4 key presenters that you are going to personally work with. So what does that mean? That means you're going to be on the phone, okay? Not just messaging or texting, on the phone calling and setting up a plan with them. You're going to say, hey, let's run together. Let's make this work. And you're going to be checking in on each other, okay? Keeping each other accountable. And that's something that you'll want to communicate and talk about. hey, is it okay if we call and talk once a week? Hey, how much time is that? 15-minute call, 4 people, that's an hour a week in your business to invest in your team. That's a really, really smart investment. So pick those 3 to 4 people, and they may not be personally sponsored by you. They might be 1, 2, 3 levels deep, okay? But find those, talk to them, invite them to work directly with you, and if they're on board, go for it, okay? You're gonna talk with them several times during the month, every week at least once, okay? All right, the next sheet is your daily plan of action. So again, I'm really big about lists, and sometimes I've got 4 kids. I mentioned I'm not super organized, so my house is not always the most pristine, and sometimes I get distracted, right? We get on Facebook and we get lost in videos and commenting on people and all sorts of things, and time just starts flying by, and then we get to the end of the day and we think, oh my gosh, what have I done today that's actually been productive? Maybe nothing, I don't know. I just wasted a lot of time. So I love having a list of checking off what I can do during the day, okay? So on here, it's got a little plan of action. You guys can download this and check it out, but it's just a list of things you can do each day, okay? Most important things I need to do, how many conversations I'll have, and I fill this out the night before. I have found that it's so much easier for me to be organized and productive if I make a list the night before, got the things I want to do, and then I can get up in the morning and set my alarm, get up early, and get things done. I already know what I'm going to do. I don't have to think about it in the morning. Otherwise, what happens is I get on my computer and I go, what should I do? What do I need to do right now? And then I just don't do anything. Okay, daily self-development. Make sure you're reading, direct sales or leadership or self-help kind of a book. Okay, self-development is huge in this business and being successful. And then also, or team calls, training, things like that that are going to help you with your business. Team responsibilities, okay, who are you going to reach out to your team that day? And then I have a prospect list. This is something I use and leaders use all the time, okay? Hopefully you guys can see that. Basically, it just has a place for name and notes. So I keep an ongoing prospect list. If you have this in a notebook, awesome. This should be something you have going all the time, okay? I will list who I'm going to contact, who's been interested about the business, who's on my radar, basically is what this is, okay? So I'm gonna write down their name and notes when I talk to them, what we talked about, what they were interested in, if they weren't ready to join, when they're thinking about joining, what their concerns are. So this is people that are, pretty much have told me, hey, I think I'm interested, or I've personally thought of, hey, they would be great at this business, okay? So like I said, this is something all leaders do. Okay, they make a list of who they want to talk with about the business, and they're very, what's the word? I can't think of the word. I went blank. They're not casual about asking people to join the business. We'll put it that way, okay? They have that on, the tip of their mind. They're always thinking about who can I talk to about the business. And if they have talked with someone, this is their follow-up list. They put them on this list, and that's who they're going to follow up with. So that I would highly, highly recommend doing that. And then this other paper is a January lead sheet. So these are people that you've had conversations with. Maybe they're customers, okay? And you're going to write them down and write information about them, whatever information you were able to get. Sometimes it's just an email. Sometimes it's just a phone number. Sometimes it's just Facebook. So the more information you can get, the better. But I'm just going to go with what you got and what they're interested in, and then following up with them. So this is super important. A lot of times, a mistake that a lot of people make, and sometimes it's due to lack of time. You are talking with someone in the store, you just don't have time to go into, let me get your information. Okay, so you give them a card and you say, here, check it out. Perfect. But I'm just gonna tell you, if you give your card out, you're never gonna hear from them again. Okay, if you've done that and you're wondering why you're not getting business or leads or customers, it's just human nature. You're gonna give them a card, you're never gonna hear from them again, okay? You have to follow up with them. You have to. And they want you to follow up with them. That's what you also need to know. You're not gonna bother them, you're not annoying them or anything like that. People need action. They need an invitation to action to purchase. Most people. Some people will purchase right on the spot, but most people will not. So if you know that, then has nothing to do with you and your abilities as a salesperson. Okay, they just need more exposure to the product. And so one thing I learned at Network Marketing Pro Recruiting Mastery event is that you're always leading people to the next exposure. That's your whole goal. And if you think about that and you take the pressure off of, selling them, your business is going to be much more positive because you're not failing at anything. Okay? You're leading them to the next exposure. So what if you meet them in a store and you give them a card and they go on their merry way and you go on your way? How are you going to invite them to the next exposure, to the product or to the business or whatever? You can't. You must exchange information, okay? Or get their information, okay? And you don't even necessarily have to have business cards. I know sometimes that's a big thing. People will ask you, well, what's your business card? I don't say it is a good thing to have business cards, but if you're talking with somebody and you don't have business cards, don't make that a reason for not to talk with them. Tell them, oh my gosh, I just handed out my last business card. Why don't I get your information and I'll send you something? Okay, even if you have business cards, you could totally say that. It's a really good way to get someone's information, okay? So follow up with them within 48 to 72 hours, okay? If you do that one thing, if that's the one thing you tweak in your business, I'm telling you, your results are gonna be amazing, okay? You're gonna see a big change in your business. Okay, so that's my little packet here. It goes through sponsoring, it goes through your daily plan of action, your leads, and then your prospect list, okay? So I hope that's super helpful for you guys. This is something that I just came up with to help me. You can use this as a basis to make your own thing. Again, everyone works differently with how they organize things, so it's gonna be what's up to you, okay? The last thing we're gonna talk about before I get into our incentive is just planning out your month of January, okay? So for example, I said my goal is to sponsor 15 people in January. It's a really, really big goal. Do you think I can sponsor all 15 people the last week of January? I mean, it might happen, but man, that's gonna be stressful. I'm just picturing that in my mind. Oh my gosh, I need to find this many people. And what happens when you get stressed out? You get desperate, right? All of a sudden I'll be calling people and being like, no, you have to join. Like, oh no, let's get you signed up now. And people are gonna feel pressured and pushy and they're not gonna like that, okay? People don't like to be pushed or pressured into anything. So I need to split it up over the month, okay? If I wanna sponsor 15 people a month, that means I need to sponsor about 3 to 4 people every single week. And that's gotta start the first week of January, right? I can't waste any time at all. If I've got a big goal, I can't waste any time. I can't take a vacation the first week of January because then that's 4th of my month already totally gone. So if you have a big sales goal or if you wanna, now, we don't know what the incentive trip is yet for Younique. It's going to be announced tomorrow night. I hope you are all on the company call, but if you're not able to get on, you'll definitely be hearing about it on our team group pages, no problem. If that's your goal, then every week, every month, okay, you've got to be working toward that goal. And anybody, brand new presenter, green status, orange status, black status, I don't care what you are, you can achieve the incentive trip if you want to. Okay, and we'll break it down. That's what our call is going to be on Wednesday on how to do that and how to make it happen for you. So make sure you check back, okay? But you've got to make it into a plan. So break it down by week. That makes it a lot more manageable, okay? So if I know I need to sponsor just, 3 people this week, that sounds way easier than sponsoring 15. So anytime you have a big goal, always break it down into manageable steps. That's going to be something much easier for you, and it's going to give you focus. If I know I need to sponsor 3 people this month or this week, excuse me, then that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to be thinking about that, and I'm going to write it down. So whatever goal you have for this month, make sure you have it written down, visual, put it on your desktop, on your phone, on your fridge, on your mirror. I want you to see it all the time, okay? And I want you to give yourself positive affirmations this month, and always, really. But you need to be talking to yourself in a positive way, talking to yourself not in the future, but in the present, okay? As if you've already accomplished that goal. So if your goal is to hit pink this month, okay, I want you to talk to yourself like this. I am a pink presenter. I am a great leader. I have an amazing team. They do awesome. They're so great at selling and sponsoring. I am attracting people that are interested in this business. I am meeting people that love the products, and I am super excited about my business. Hey, what if you said that to yourself every morning? Hey, wouldn't that just make you feel amazing, right? And empowered and confident. And confidence is huge in this business, okay? And that's what putting together a plan and goals are all about, is to give you confidence that you can achieve it. So I hope these tips really help you with getting organized and kind of planning your business for the month, because we know success always starts with a plan. So wanted to talk about our incentive. I do have a fun little graphic that I'll post up on our group, but I have a 3-month incentive. Super fun, super excited. I've always wanted to do something like this. So January, February, March, I'll be giving away a free mini iPad to one lucky winner from our entire organization. So this goes out to everyone on my downline, okay? Super fun. So one person will win an iPad in January, one in February, and one in March, okay? January, the focus is totally on sponsoring. Not that I don't want you to sell, because obviously we make money from commissions, but sponsoring, I believe, is the key to promoting in this business and sharing the product, the opportunity to more people and blessing more lives, okay? So the way it's going to work is you're going to get 2 tickets into the drawing, okay, for every single person that you sponsor in January. But I decided we don't need to wait until January. We're going to start today. So from today, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, and then all of January, okay? So I want you to get a head start and start now. Every person you sponsor, you're going to get 2 points, and I'll have a post. You'll need to comment on the post, because I have to be honest, it's totally impossible for me to see how many people you've sponsored in the month. I just can't do it. So make sure you comment, and then you will get 5 points for that person. So 3 extra points, not 5 extra points, 5 points for each person you sponsor that becomes qualified. So that means they sell $125 in the month, okay? Because the goal here is not just to sponsor people and say, see you later, right? The goal is to sponsor and get them selling, get them earning a paycheck commission right from the start, okay? So 2 points if you sponsor somebody, 5 points if you sponsor someone and they have $125 in sales, so they become qualified, okay? So we have the mini iPad for the person that has, person that's first, okay, has the most points. And then we will have 2 other fun prizes that I'll post on there for 2nd and 3rd place. Okay, so I'm really, really excited for this month. It's going to be amazing. 2015 is just going to be insane. I can just see it already. I mean, 2014 was crazy, but 2015 I think will be even bigger. So if you've got those big goals, I'm excited. Let me know. I want to cheer you on and help you out as much as I can. And let's just make this an amazing business, amazing month, and rock it out. So thanks, guys. Have a wonderful morning. Bye.